Hello internet world, welcome to my weekend. That's primarily why I'm smiling, because it's the weekend and I've had a fantastic day today. I wanted to start this video just by saying have a fantastic weekend wherever you are, and also to give a special message to my good friend Mquan. Now we'll leave a link to Mquan's channel in the video description, but I just watched your latest video and I wanted to say big congratulations on your latest timepiece acquisition. Now for those of you who don't know, both myself and Mquan are very interested in horological timepieces or mechanical watches, and your latest purchase is gorgeous, really good choice. I want to wish you many years of health and happiness wearing it, and of course enjoying it as well. So I want to show you my latest acquisition as well, and I've got it just hidden down here on my lap. Now, before I show you it, I have already done a video about this on my main channel, but I used to be really into buying all of my technology and all of my gadgets in either a silver colour or a white colour. But of late, I really like gold. In fact, my last iPhone was gold. My iPhone 6s Plus is gold, and I picked up, I know the screen's a bit bright, let me just turn that down a little bit. There we go, that's better. This is the Sony Xperia Z5, not the premium. I went for just the standard one, and that was my decision. I could have waited for the premium to come out, but this was the phone I wanted. I picked this up from Clove Technology in gold, and I really do like it. Now, the dilemma I've got is I've got a gel case for it, but I also picked up the official Sony case. Let me just close it. And I picked up this window case, and it's like a folio, so it protects the back, the top, the side is open so you can gain access to the controls, and the bottom is partially protected. And then it's got this window on the front, and it wakes up the phone when you open the folio part, and when you lock it, if I just lock it, oh, it didn't lock, I held the button down too long, but when you lock it, it is meant to go into this sort of mode here where it shows your notifications, but it doesn't automatically lock when you close the cover, and I'm finding it a little bit cumbersome using this type of folio case. So let me know in the comments section below, yay or nay, do you like this case, or do you think I should just swap it out for one of my regular sort of gel type cases? Oh look, there's a notification just come in, and it does come in the window, so that does work. But I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if I'm going to like that case long term. Anyway, the main title of this video, that's what I really want to talk to you about. And it's going to be a little bit of a rant. I don't do these very often now. But I went to Canterbury today, and we had to go into Barclays Bank to pay some money in. And it was not going into my account, it was going into my daughter's account. And I went into the bank to pay it in. And I looked around, and I haven't gone into that branch for a long time, probably about 2-3 years. So a long time since I've been in that branch. And it looked completely different because it's been all newly decorated. And I looked around, and there's no counters. And what I mean by that is there's no counter positions with people behind them. There's just one person in the corner behind a counter. I'll tell you about that in a short while. And an assistant came up to me and said, you know, can I help you? And I said, is there no sort of real people in here, sort of tongue-in-cheek? And she said, yes, I'm a real person. And I said, no, I mean like real people sitting behind counters. I've got cash I need to pay in. And she said, oh no, you use the machines at the back. So I inquired, does it go in same day? And yes, it does. And I thought, wow, that's just really strange. So anyway, walked up to this touch screen. Proceeded to say what account number I want to pay the money into. Thing opens, put the money in, and then it says count in your money, and then it says notes not recognised. So the thing opens again, and it throws 2 of the notes back at me because it didn't recognise them, or they're slightly creased. So I flattened them out, made sure the corners weren't bent, put it in again, closed again, money goes in again, notes not recognised, and this time it just ejects 1. So now it's got all of the money apart from 1 note. So it says put your money back in again, so I put it back in again. And this time it ejected the money again because it still didn't recognise that last note. But instead of just saying I'll pay in the remainder of the money, it said rejecting all of your money. So it gave us all of the money back. So then I'm stuck after trying it 3 or 4 times, I think it rejected them. I'm stuck with all of the money back and the failed transaction. And these automatic telling machines are meant to be smarter, quicker, save manpower. And I was stuck with my money back in my hand after trying to get it to accept the money for about 3 or 4 minutes. So I went to the counter in the corner, which is just for international transactions and business transactions. So I said to the lady, look, the machine wouldn't accept the money, can I pay it in over the counter? Instead of her just saying yes, she asked how many times has it rejected your money? So I said, well, 3 or 4. Oh, in that case, I can take your transaction. So if it had been less than that, she would have redirected me back to the machines. Now, there was this one lady behind the counter, plus 2 other people. One of them was a gentleman in a suit. I assumed he was the manager, and in fact, upon reading his badge, he was the manager. And I said, a little bit of feedback for you. These machines are meant to save you time, and in fact, it's taken me all of this time to then have to be served by a person anyway. His response was not, oh, sorry, sir, sorry it didn't work. It was something along the lines of, tell it to Barclays. I'm like, what? And I don't normally get annoyed, but that really riled me. It really did, just really annoyed me. Because actually, I recall it properly now, it was exactly what he said, was tell it to Barclays. And I said, excuse me, you work for Barclays. As a representative of Barclays, I'm telling you that these automatic machines need to be more reliable because they're not saving anyone time if I then have to come across to another counter to pay the money in. He didn't even respond to that. So I found it very rude, the way I was spoken to. When I'd almost finished my transaction, in all fairness to him, so I will give him credit where credit is due, he did look up and he did say, I'm sorry about that, sir, I will feedback all of the things that you said to head office. Things do get fed back up the chain, he said. So I said, well, thank you very much, have a nice afternoon, and we went on our way. The thing that made me smile even more about just the stupidity of the whole matter was, as we walked out, we walked past 3 more assistants, all standing on the floor, like the bank floor, shop floor as you would call it. And they were all waiting to greet customers or to help them if they had issues. And as we walked out, I looked back into the branch of the bank, and there were 3 service advisors standing on the floor, 3 more people in the far corner behind that desk, and so that's 6 people in the branch. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it make more sense to have 6 people behind counter positions, greeting customers, how are you today, and dealing with their transactions, instead of expecting people to use machines that then ejected their money and didn't allow them to complete their transactions in a quick and efficient manner? Wouldn't that make more sense? Make a lot more sense to me, and I think that they're going to find that a lot of people won't like it, and they will, hopefully, they probably won't, but I just hope that they revert back to using regular cashiers that can deal with your transactions and your inquiries. And in fact, as we walked through the rest of the town, we actually made a purpose of looking in the other banks, and we looked in places like Santander. There was also, I think, a NatWest. I can't remember the other banks, but at least 3 or 4 other banks we looked in, and they all had normal, regular setup with people serving customers. Now, I'm all one for technology when it works, but when it doesn't work, the banks really need to listen to the customers and really need to revert back to how it should be done. Customer service is key, it really is. Anyway, rant over. I know nobody from Barclays in a high enough position will probably ever watch this video, and I do feel also, just one closing point, is that if we replace too many people by machines, it's not going to be a very good outcome in the end. It really isn't. If it helps things, then yes, I agree, automation is great, but if it doesn't help things, then just have regular people serving customers. That's what it's all about, customer service. I'm going to stop ranting now. Anyway, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Let me know actually if you agree and if you've experienced that in any of your banks, if it is just Barclays or if you know of any other banks that have automated their process. Let me know your experience in the comment section below. Hit that like button. I'll see you all again in another video very soon.